to Live Yoga channel. This is Terra and Evan. It's my birthday today, so I'm going to be leading our yoga class this morning. Thank you, sweet Evan. He did everything to set it all up, and we are so happy to practice with you in the living room and virtually together. So thanks for rolling out your mat. Find some comfortable space to just put everything else aside for the next hour. We're going to spend some time. I'm do my best to wrap up in 1 hour. We'll see. It might be an hour and so. So thank you so much. And just find comfortable seated position and easy cross-legged. I love to remove excess flesh from my sit bones. And just bring your hands, palms facing up to the knees. Get to the back of the neck long so the chin is tilted down ever so slightly. And just allow your eyes to close. And gift yourself this space on the mat this morning, or whatever time it is in the world where you're watching. It's morning and raining here. Beautiful birthday ahead. So just taking awareness to the nostrils where the breath is coming in and out of the nostrils without efforting, just witnessing the inhalations and the exhalations. See if you can keep your face soft, and as you exhale, allow tension to just be released. Just let it go down into the earth below. On an inhale, let's bring our hands to prayer position at the heart. Open the eyes. And for a moment, we'll just let you see here. On an inhale, take the arms up and out wide, fingers pointing down. Feel a stretch all along the wrists, all the way down, stretch long. And exhale, bring the hands back to prayer position. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, really exaggerate. And then as you're ready, exhale, come back to center. Last one, best one. Inhale, reach up and out. Exhale, bring the hands back to prayer. All right, next we'll let our left hand come to the knee, the right fingertips to the belly. Now inhale and just witness the belly button growing big. And then exhale, draw that belly button back towards the spine. And just witness how this happens naturally over the next few breath cycles. The in and out. And allow yourself to have this soft bosom, this soft belly space. As you inhale and draw life in, exhale through the nose and witness your body utilizing it and releasing, drawing that belly button back to the spine. Bringing both hands to the knees. Next we'll do Kapalabhati breath. We're going to warm up the body, release some tension in the brain. And so although it can sound complicating, really just focus on a passive exhalation. Your focus is on the exhale, and as you exhale, you're drawing the belly button back towards the spine. So from a sideways position, pushing the breath out through the nose and drawing the belly button back swiftly. The inhalation takes care of itself. So we'll do a few rounds, and then we'll do several rounds together. Okay, so inhale, exhale through the nose, exhale, 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 and then see if you can go more quickly. Exhale, exhale, and release. Let the breath come back to normal. Soften the belly. Inhale through the nose. Long, deep breath. Exhale slowly through the nose. Let the breath come back to normal. And as you sit here witnessing the breath moving gently in and out of the nostrils, I want you to remember this space and come back to this space throughout our practice, because there's going to be times where I might invite you to take a posture further, and it's really your practice. I'm not there with you. And it's our responsibility. So in yoga, we utilize our breath and the face to let us know if we can go a little bit further or if we need to back off some. So basically, if you feel stressed or strained in your face and even shortness in your breath, that's a sign that we need to back off some, that we may even be entering a space where we could injure ourselves. So back off. And if we feel really relaxed in our face and our breath is strong and long and we're feeling confident to try to go a little bit further, then we go a little bit further. Okay? Wonderful. So, next we're going to move to yoga for the eyes. And I want you to keep your, go ahead and release your hands. And I want you to keep the head and neck straight, moving only the eyes. So open the eyes. On an inhale, exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in, exhale, look far right, look far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in, exhale, look down, look far right, look up, look far left, look down, center. Another breath in, exhale, look down, look far left, look up, look far right, look down, and center. Now instead of, let's go ahead and do Chattakam. We're going to focus the eyes. So extend your right arm out, your elbow is straight, and go ahead, look at your fingertip, and then let the gaze go soft past the fingertip. On an inhale, bring the focus back to the fingertip and gently bring that finger towards the nose. Try not to blink, but it's okay if you do. Exhale, let the fingertip go back out straight. And when you straighten the elbow, look past the fingertip. Let the gaze be soft. And then again, inhale to the fingertip, bring it back towards the nose. Exhale gently, soft in the face, soft in the eyes. One last time. Inhale to the nose. Exhale. Look past the finger. Release the hands. Bring the hands together. Let's go ahead and create some heat in our hands. Build up that heat. Go fast, fast, fast. And then cup the right eye and cup the left eye and do all that you can. Do your best to keep light from coming into the palms. Go ahead and with your eyes open, stare off into the darkness, into your palms. Let this energy, this mana, this life heal the rods, the cones, the retinas, all of the nerve endings. It's so good for our eyes. As Evan reminds us each week, we spend more and more time on these screens as each day passes. So this kind of practice is helpful for our eyes. Yoga for the eyes. Go ahead and release. Shake it out. Next we'll do yoga for the palms. We're going to interlace and extend our arms up. Reaching towards the ceiling. Feel all the side body, all the intercostals. Just reach, reach, reach. Soft in the face. Exhale, release. Bring the palms, backs of the hands touching out in front. Bring the right hand over the left. Interlace the fingers. Bring it towards the heart. And then to your degree. There's two of us here. We have a variance in ability. So take it to your practice. Feel it all along the wrists and forearms. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to switch sides, honoring it may feel completely different on this side. Thank you, body. Good morning, body. Practicing self-love here. Each time we roll out our mat, go ahead and release the hands, shake it out. We're going to come back onto our mat, extend those legs out. I like to, again, pull the excess flesh again away from the sit bones, extend the legs long out in front, the toes pointing up. You can keep the hands near to your sides. We're going to do toe cranks. You're going to squeeze and release your toes. We'll do 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 hold. Go ahead and release. And now we'll do the ankle, or no, crossover. Yoga for the toes. So we'll do 1 toe. We're going to interlace the toes, just like we did with our fingertips. Go ahead and try. Keep from your hands from going down there. Just see what you can do. You'll get better. And then squeeze. This is waking up all the nerve endings, especially the sciatic nerve. Squeeze, 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 and release. We'll switch to the other side. Maybe you can do more toes or less toes on this side. Just have some fun with it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Sit tall. And release. Shake out the feet. Now we'll do yoga for the ankles. So we're going to point and flex from the ankle bones. So 1 release, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hold. Go ahead and make circles with the ankles. First clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Warming up the knees. We're going to bring our elbows underneath the knees, bend the knees towards the chest, and we'll make circles with the knees. First left hand, left foot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opposite way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and switch. 1, 5, 6. All right, we're going to come up to the front of the mat. We're going to bring the right foot into the inner left thigh. Bend that left knee. Bring the elbow back. Bring the foot back towards the hips. We're first just leaning back on the hands. Maybe this is your pose today. If you can go further, you can drop back to the elbows, and perhaps that's plenty stretch. You're going to feel it in that psoas, all along the quadricep in the left leg. Just say, good morning, body. Hello, body. And if you can, if you have the privilege, go ahead and lay all the way back. You can let your arms come up overhead and just let it feel really good. Letting out a sigh, moan, or groan as you exhale. Oh, it's in your living room. No one can hear you. Thank you, body. We're going to come up out of this with grace and ease. We're going to first bring our arms down towards our hips. We're going to come up onto our elbows, help the body with grace. We're going to switch sides, honoring that it could take the same, if not more. So first, just honor, okay, how does it feel on this right side? I'm going to lean back, and then I'm going to come down to my forearms. Maybe that's where I am on this side, honoring, taking the time to check in. It's okay to slow down. Coming all the way back. Inhaling. And as you exhale, just feel the body. With each exhalation, that's where the body releases. Even if you feel it like at the most subtle level. Inhaling fresh life. Exhaling what no longer serves. Notice any sensation swirling in and around your hips, your low back. After your next exhalation, we'll begin to help our body out of this stunning posture. We sure do. We're going to come to the front of the mat. We're going to stand right up. We're going to come to our standing position at the front of our mat. Feet together. I like to draw the kneecaps up to gently engage the quads. Tilt that pelvis ever so slightly forward. Engage the abs. Lift the shoulders up and back. Love to have the palms facing forward. The chin is tilted down ever so slightly. And then go ahead and just let those palms relax so that they're parallel to the hips. With the eyes closed. As we're standing here in our first standing posture of our practice, go ahead and remember the last most beautiful sunset you've seen. It's summertime here in Hawaii, and we are so blessed. The most gorgeous sunsets, oranges and purples, all throughout the sky. We honor the sun and all the life it brings to all life on this planet, all the flora and the fauna, all the beauty we get to experience because of the sun. So as we move through these next, we'll do at least 2 rounds of slow sun salutations, Surya Namaskar, paying respect to the sun. Inhale, open the eyes, bring the hands to prayer position. Exhale. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Look up. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold forward. Come all the way down towards the earth. This is your first stretch of the morning. Take your time. If you need to hold on to the backs of your calves, the backs of your ankles, just let the top of your body hang. Let gravity work here. Let your breath be long. If you have the privilege to bring your fingertips towards the floor, let yourself do that. You're going to bend the chin towards the chest. It's as if you're drawing your chest towards your shins. But again, it's the first stretch of the day. No overstretching. Long, slow breaths here. Letting the head hang heavy. With both fingertips, go ahead and bend your knees, bring your fingertips to the floor. On an inhalation, bring the left leg back, drop the left knee to the earth. Inhale, draw the shoulders up and back, look up. Ashwashan Shalanasa. Equestrian pose. So you're utilizing that front knee and it's drawing towards the center. It's helping with the midline balance. You're drawing your pelvic floor towards the front of the mat. And you're looking up. You're letting your shoulders and the weight of gravity open up your back. No overstretching here. Stay soft in the space. Pressing down firmly on the back of that left foot as well as the bottom of the right big toe. Exhale. We'll bring our hands to either side of the right foot. Tuck the left foot. On an inhalation, bring that right leg back to meet the left. Coming into our first, what we call in the West, we call this down dog. In our practice, in Yogi Charu's tradition, we call this mountain pose. So we're going to lift up onto our tippy toes. We're going to reach our heels back towards the floor. And it's okay if your heels don't touch the floor. We're really just feeling into pressing down firmly into our palms. Our shoulders are parallel. The inside lining of our elbows are looking at one another, and we're pressing our chest back towards the thighs. Let the head hang heavy here. Long, full breaths. Press firmly into the hands, into the feet, while you draw your hips up towards the ceiling, as if I have a hook and I'm drawing those sit bones up towards the sky. Exhale completely. Then drop to your knees, your chest, and your chin, keeping the Hands next to the shoulders, keep the elbows up towards the sky. So there's space. You're touching the mat and your toes, your knees, your chest, and your chin. 8 limb pose. You're looking down towards your nose. You're breathing softly. Exhale, draw the palms to the earth, draw the belly to the earth, and we're going to come up with a Sphinx pose or Cobra, but I like to start with Sphinx as we're early in the practice. So our forearms and our palms are on the mat, the tops of our feet are on the mat, and we're looking up. Gentle back bend, smile on the face. Exhale completely. Tuck the toes, draw the hands underneath of the shoulders, press into the palms, lift the hips, come back into your mountain pose. Exhale completely. Inhale the left leg in between the hands, drop the right knee to the earth, and then inhale the shoulders up and back. Let the hands come to either side of your hip. Using that left leg to balance, press firmly into the left foot, as well as the top of the right foot. Exhale, bring the hands to either side of the left foot. Tuck the toes of the right foot on an inhalation. Bring the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold, let everything hang. Inhale, draw the arms all the way up to the sky. Gentle back bend, look up. Exhale, close the posture. Bring the hands to prayer position. Release the hands to either side. We'll do the same on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer position. Open the eyes. Inhale, hands overhead. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Perhaps you can bring your hands a little bit further, closer to the earth. If you have the privilege to bring your palms to the earth, you may press your palms into the earth or even walk your fingertips back. Inhale, take the right leg back, drop the right knee. Open up the posture, look up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to either side of the left foot. Tuck the toes, take the left foot back to mountain pose. Drop to the knees, chest, and chin. Pause with the breath. And then inhale. Come on up into Cobra. If that feels good to you, keeping the chest in between the hands, look on up. The tops of the feet are down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Exhale, send that chest towards the thighs. Rest here. Pressing firmly into your palms, all four corners of them, particularly right under that pointer finger. Inhale, draw the right foot up in between the hands. Drop the left knee. Inhale, the shoulders up and back. Look up. Exhale, bring the hands to either side of that right foot. Tuck the toes and bring the left foot up to meet the right. Fold forward. Inhale, both hands up towards the heavens. Gentle back bend, look up. Exhale, close the pose through the heart. Release the hands to either side. Close the eyes here and just notice. Just even with 2 rounds of slow sun salutations, there might be some sensation swirling around the body as the hips begin to even, the shoulders begin to level out. You might feel some blood flow around your fingertips as the heart beats, and Stimulates movement through all your capillaries and arteries. Just as we take a moment to introspect and give thanks to all of the inner workings of our body that we consider and some that we never even think about. Thank you, body. Thank you, body, for all the gifts. Next, as we stand here with our eyes closed, I want you to visualize the full moon. Maybe you've seen it in the night sky over the last few days as it's been growing bigger for us to see. It was at its peak this morning, full moon in Aquarius on my birthday. I feel so blessed. We utilize the full moon to pay respect as the moon regulates the tides of the ocean throughout the earth. We also honor that our inner earth, our inner organism, is also mostly water, and it too is impacted by the pole, the rise and the fall of the tides. So these next few rounds, we pay honor and respect to Chandra Namaskar, moon salutations. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position. We'll change only 4th and 9th postures. I'll let you know. Open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Glance up and look back. Exhale, fold forward. Let everything hang. Perhaps you can notice that the body's warming up and you might be able to get your hands all the way to the floor. Or walk those fingertips back. Just notice where you are and see if you can gently draw the chest towards the knees a little bit more. Or even look towards the belly button. Bring the weight of the body into the balls of the feet. We'll release. Bring the hands to either side of the feet. Inhale, take the left foot back, drop the knee, bring the hand on the top of the foot. Bring the hands to steeple position at the heart, and then let the hands come up overhead. So in a sideways position, you can see that we're coming into a crescent moon position. Go ahead and look up and back as much as it's comfortable for you. Use that front knee to hold your balance. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the earth. Take the right foot back to meet the left. Make the adjustments for your body. Press those heels down. Draw the hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the knees, chest, and chin to the earth. Inhale. Come up through Cobra or into up dog, keeping those elbows in, close to the body. Look up. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, bring the body up into mountain pose. Drawing the heels towards the earth. Inhale, the left foot up in between the hands. Drop the right knee and the right foot to the earth. Bring the hands to prayer position up over the head. Chandra Namaskar on the opposite side. Crescent moon on the opposite. Exhale, release the hands. Tuck the right toes. Bring the right foot up to meet the left. On an inhalation, let everything hang. Inhale, draw the arms up, overhead, look up. Exhale, come through prayer position. Release the hands to either side. Inhale. Exhale, the hands to prayer. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the right foot back. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. Hands to prayer position. Crescent moon. Feel that elongation along the psoas and the quad and the right leg. Exhale, bring the hands to either side. Tuck the right toes, take the left toes back to meet the right. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, come through into cobra or up dog. Soft legs, soft base. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming back into down or into mountain pose. Inhale, the right foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee and the left foot. Bring the hands to prayer position. Crescent moon on the opposite side. Exhale the hands to the right foot. Tuck the left toes. On an inhalation, bring the left foot to meet the right. Fold forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale back through prayer position, and then let the hands fall to the side. Close your eyes. And again, take notice to any swirling sensations, buzzing you might have around your hips, your feet, your knees, your heart. Just take notice. Giving thanks for the heartbeat. Let's open the eyes and we'll come into our first posture of the day. We're going to come into chair pose. So with the feet together, just bend the knees, bring the hands together overhead. If you can, we can have in that steeple position like we had during the Chandra Namaskar, but otherwise the hands in parallel position. That's no hard and fast rules. So we're just going to bend the knees and begin to sit down as if we're sitting in a chair, right? Sit down a little bit further. What we want to do is keep our knees from going way past our big toe line. So we're going to keep the weight in the heels. Press the balls of the feet down. And if you're comfortable here, I want you to lift those toes up off the mat. Just the toes. Just the toes. So fun to watch people with that. Staying soft in the face, feeling the legs, waking up the body. Your gaze is towards the ceiling, up towards, in between the eyebrows. The eyes are open, but up towards the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift up, release the hands. We're going to interlace. Back behind us, we'll do a counter pose here. So draw the hands together, open up the heart, and then fold forward. And as comfortable as it is for you, draw those hands up towards the ceiling. Yoga Mudra. This should feel really good. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Let this posture feel good. Long, full breaths. We talk about Ujjayi breathing. This translates to ocean breath. And with, as we get long and full in our breath, we can hear it. It sounds like a wave in the back of the throat. Some people say it's like Darth Vader, but go for it. Let that soothe your entire body. When you're ready to come out, we'll release the hands. Come up gently. Shake it out. Next we'll do seated chair, twisting chair, and we'll start on this side. Hands in prayer position. Feet are together, and again, just go ahead and begin as if you're sitting down in the chair. We're going to take our left elbow on the outside of our left knee. Squeeze, draw that belly button back in it, and then begin to sit down and then twist from the waist. And as far as you can, go ahead and look up towards the ceiling. Pause for a moment and look down to make sure that your head and neck are in line. And then sit down further, press into the palms. You can stay here. If you feel comfortable and want to take it further, we're going to keep that left elbow on the outside of that left knee and bring that left hand on the outside of the right foot towards the earth. Take the right arm up towards the sky. Lengthen. Open up that chest and heart. You can stay here, or you can bend at the right elbow, taking the right palm on the outside of the left hip. And press into that hip and open up that heart a little bit more. Wherever you are, take the hand back up towards the sky. Exhale, take the hands, and then inhale, come back to prayer position. Good job, everybody. We'll do the same thing on the other side, honoring that we may feel stronger or less on this side, just honoring the experience. Inhale. And now we'll focus on the liver. The last side was the stomach. We'll take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Twist from the head and neck. Go ahead and look up and sit back. And then take a split second to look down and make sure your head and neck are in line with your feet. And you can stay here, or you can try the variations. First, keep that right elbow on the outside, hooked on the outside of your left knee. Take the left arm up towards the sky. You can stay there, or bend at the elbow. Open up that heart. Take that hand to the right hip. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale the arm up. We're going to come out with grace and ease, bringing our hands back to prayer position. We'll come into table pose next. So I come a little bit back on my mat. We'll bring our arms up overhead. Get as long and as tall as you can. So same thing. Your either hands are parallel or you're in steeple. You're going to hinge at the waist and fold forward like a table. Now if you have a neck or a back injury or shoulder injury, you can keep your hands in prayer position or even back at your hips. Otherwise, we're going to stretch forward through those fingertips. We're going to press powerfully into the earth. Our ears are parallel to our arms. We're just looking down onto the mat. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to prayer position. Bend the knees. We're going to bring our right leg up. So we're going to bend. We're going to bring our balance into our left leg. We're going to take the right leg up and back. Our hips, we're going to keep as square as we can. Hips and shoulders are square. You can take the arms back, or you can keep them at prayer position if you have a shoulder injury. Otherwise, you're going to bring them out in front, parallel or steeple. Press powerfully. You're going to activate that right heel so your toes are pointing down. For 3, 2, and then we're going to come into half moon. Go ahead and let that left hand come down onto the earth about 1 foot and 6 inches out to the left. You're going to open up those hips, so stack the hips. Press that heel back towards the back wall. You can keep your arm parallel or on that right hip, or you can take it up towards the sky. And as you feel centered here, you can begin to look up towards your fingertips. Notice how that might make you wobbly. It's okay. Have some fun. Pressing powerfully. You can stay here if that's your final pose, or if you'd like to bend that right knee and grab onto the ankle. Have some fun here. Take your hand on the inside of that foot, and then press that heel away from the glutes. It should feel powerfully opening. And it's okay to fall. Be playful. And as you're ready, release. Shake it out. And do the other side. We having fun yet? Okay, so we're going to bend the knees, bring our hands to prayer. We're going to Bring the strength and the balance onto the right foot. We'll take the left foot back behind us. First, our hips and shoulders are square. We take our time getting into postures. Take the hands. If it feels good for us, we're going to take the hands out in front, either parallel. Do our best to keep our hips square. Woo! Listen powerfully here. Toes are pointed down. And then bring the hands back to prayer. We're going to come into half moon, taking our fingertips down onto the floor about a foot in front and then 6 inches to the right. Stack those hips. Press, activate the toes so the toes are pointing towards the face. Pressing through the heels. And then bring that left arm up towards the sky. If it feels good to look up, do so. And then if you want to play on this side as well, grab for that left foot. Have some fun expressing yourself, exploring your body, playing with your balance. As yogis, we say perhaps next week, perhaps next month. Feel it out, visualize yourself, having some fun, and success in the posture. Go ahead and shake it out. Great job, everybody. Oh. What do I do next? Okay, so now we're going to have our feet. Actually, let's go into swaying tree. We're going to take our feet about mat distance apart. Inhale, take both arms up overhead. Grab the right hand to the left wrist. Take the left wrist out and draw that left wrist towards the right side. Look up, turn towards the left armpit and look past the arm towards the ceiling. And then finally draw that right armpit slightly in front of the left. Inhale, come back up to center. And we'll switch. You'll notice it might be a little challenging to take in long, full breaths here. So get it what you can, small sips of oxygen. Stay soft in the face. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And release. Shake it out. We'll bring our feet about 5 inches from one another. Inhale the arms up overhead, hinging at the waist. Exhale, fold forward. And if you can, bring your hands to your feet. If your hands are at your knees, that's totally fine. If they're at your shins, if they're at your toes, if they're at your feet, you have the privilege to lift your toes and bring your palms underneath of your hands. Please do so. Let the head and neck just hang. You can bend the elbows and draw the chest closer towards the shins. This is way far from you and you're still just at your shins holding on to the calves. Bend the elbows and draw the chest closer to you. Make it work where you are. Or find the way where you are. Release. And then no matter where you are, we're going to bend the knees. We're going to take our peace fingers and we're going to wrap them around our big toes. Press down into your feet. If you can, begin to lengthen in the back of the legs. So you're going to draw the chest closer to you. If you need to bend the knees, that's totally fine. Everybody begin to look up towards the wall in front. We're getting a back bend in our middle and upper back here. So figure it out where you can look. Maybe it's on the corner where the floor and the wall come together. Maybe it's halfway up the wall. Maybe you can get your eye gaze all the way up to where the ceiling meets the wall in front of you. Wow. 2 and 1. Release. Shake it out. And then we're going to take our hands to the earth, right? And we're going to find our way into our mountain pose. Should be comfortable here. Spend some time. You might want to bend the right knee and bring the left heel down to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, take the right heel towards the earth. Bend the left knee. Inhale, come up onto both tippy toes. Exhale, take both heels down towards the earth. Press powerfully into your palms. Let the head and neck hang. Notice how one heel might want to come down closer to the mat. See if you can intend and draw both heels towards the mat evenly. Notice that one knee might want to press back towards the back wall more powerfully than the other. See if you can press evenly through both knees. Notice one elbow may be pressing more powerfully than the other. Press firmly through both hands and lengthen both elbows. And with your mind's eye, bring both shoulders in alignment. On an inhale, let's bend the right knee. Let's bring the left foot, and we'll bring the left foot back behind us. First, the hips are square. So the toes are pointing towards the face, and your left leg is activated. Lift it a little bit higher. And then on an inhale, swing it through. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 1. So we'll bring the right heel to the earth. We're going to bring our upper body up. We're going to keep our shoulders and our hips square. So we're facing forward. Our back toes are at like 2 o'clock, right? And then we're going to bring our arms up overhead. And again, you're either parallel or you've got a steeple, whatever feels good to you. But we're going to bend into that front leg. Okay, so this is where you get to self-regulate more and more. This is a powerful posture. You know, we're trying for the 90 degrees, but we're also honoring where is our body today. So efforting, we're engaging in the back foot. So I'm gripping the back of the mat. I'm grabbing onto it with my pinky toe. I'm like really feeling firm in that back foot. Hips and shoulders are square. And then at the final space in this posture, see if you can bring that right armpit slightly more forward than the left. And then look up. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to open up and we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2. I like to make some adjustments because here I take my hips and shoulders parallel to the wall to the right. So I actually open up my right foot so that the inner arc is perpendicular with the heel of my front foot. Open up those arms. And then again, lean into that front thigh. I like to look back to just make sure that both of my arms are parallel. And then look off into infinity. Inhale. Exhale, we'll bring our right hand forward. We'll begin to lean without collapsing into that front thigh. Fearless warrior. Our hands are parallel. Our gaze is up towards the sky. Saying hello to where the femur comes into the hip socket. Good morning. Good day. Exhale, release the hands. We'll bring the left hand on the inside of that left foot. Draw the right arm up towards the ceiling. If you'd like to wiggle that right foot back just a few inches so you can get down just a little bit further, you can do so. Stay here. Or if you have it in your practice to find your bind, you can take that left arm underneath your left elbow, reach around, your left thigh, reach around with your right hand and grab onto your fingers or your hand or your wrist back behind that left hip. 2 and 1. Release the hands. Drop the right knee. We're going to heel toe, or lift leg off the mat. Kondanyasa. We're going to bring our hands back towards the body as if we're going to do a push-up. Our knees still on the mat. I'm going to walk my right foot back. I'm going to bring the left elbow onto the inner thigh of my left thigh. I'm going to lean forward, and with my hands in push-up position, I'm going to lean forward and bring the weight onto my right. My right hip is even going to go onto my right tricep. So I'm leaning forward, or maybe that's my pose. Maybe I can begin to lift my knee, my right knee. Maybe I can begin to lift my right toes. Maybe I can stay here and just practice and balance. A is for attempt. Please give it a try. It's a balanced posture. And after you've tried a couple times, smiled at yourself, we're going to press back into Balasana, child's pose. Feel free to do the child's pose of your choice that is most comfortable. You can take your knees wide and let the belly hang in between the knees. You can bring the forehead to the mat. You can bring it to a pillow if it doesn't reach. Should feel really good. And if you haven't already, take one long, slow, deep inhalation through the nostrils. Exhale slowly through the nose. And then bring the breath back to normal. As we introspect and appreciate the lungs, imagining 2 beautiful, vibrant lungs. The lower lobes, the middle lobes, and the upper lobes just working harmoniously for us so that we can enjoy this practice. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we'll meet back in mountain pose. This time, lifting our right foot up off the mat. Hips and shoulders are parallel. Inhale a little bit higher. Exhale, swing it on through. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 1 on the other side. So drawing that left hip and shoulder so that we're all facing forward. Bend into that front knee. And then as you're ready, take your hands up overhead. Make the adjustment in that left armpit so that it's as if it's a little bit forward than the right armpit, but it's more square. Look on up. And then again, so you're activating the back left foot. You're noticing the back pinky toe and the back, that metatarsal, just gripping the mat. And then as you're ready, we'll inhale, coming into Virabhadrasana 2. So make your adjustments so that now the hips and shoulders are facing the opposite wall. You can bend into that front knee, look off into infinity. Inhale that left arm up to meet the right, coming into Fearless Warrior. Look up through those front arms, up towards the ceiling. Release the hands. Bring the right hand into the inside of the Right foot, bring the left arm up towards the sky. You might need to walk those back toes back just a little bit so you can sink a little bit deeper. Stay here or find your bind if that's in your practice today. Release the hands, drop the back knee, heel toe, that right foot off the mat. Draw the hands back so that the hands are in a push-up position underneath your shoulders. Walk that knee back, lean into those elbows, bringing that right elbow into your right thigh, your left elbow into your left hip. Play with lifting your back knee, lifting your back toes, to see where you are. And if you've mastered the pose and can go to the other side. We'll come back and we'll meet in child's pose when you're ready. Again, inhale, long, slow inhalation through the nose. Open the mouth and let out a long, slow exhalation through the mouth. And then return the breath to normal. As we introspect, just noticing all of the cells changing, morphing, becoming something new in every moment. I love that our yoga teacher, Yogi Charu, reminds us that who we are in this moment is very different than when we first started this class. So we've changed completely. And we practice yoga so that we can make our mind our best friend. And we come back to these practices so that in moments of stress and turmoil, we can find our breath and return to wholeness. Because we have that capability. And when you're ready, let's find our way back into mountain pose. Inhale the left leg up and back. This time we're going to take it a little bit higher and bend that left knee. Look underneath of that left armpit, just past it towards the ceiling. It should feel juicy here. And then we're going to bring that left leg back towards the ceiling. Exhale, swing it on through into your pigeon. If you need to put a pillow underneath of that left hip, please do so. But first, we're going to stay upright. We're going to be in our proud pigeon. So you might want to come up onto the fingertips. I like to bring them just to the sides of my hips. Open up, look on up. It's a bit of a back bend. We're going to gently twist in this pigeon posture. We're going to take our right hand to our left knee. If you can reach it there, if it needs to be out in front on the mat, that's totally fine too. Inhale, take the left hand to the right thigh or calf, wherever it is in your practice today. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Look as far back as you can on the wall behind you. And in this static position, get to where your head and neck are, and then take your eyes even further back on that wall. It extends the twist. Release, come back to center. You can stay here, or if you want to make an adjustment to bring that, maybe that left foot up just a little bit. Inhale, open, and then fold forward, go for it. Should feel really good. Really focusing here on that breath. Noticing how with each exhalation, the body relaxes even more. And as women, we tend to hold a lot of stress and tension in our hips, low back. And then men too. I mean, there's just so much tightness in and around. Just humans, we spend a lot more time sitting these days. So when we take the time to open up our pelvis and our hips, it really helps. I like to visualize black smoke exiting my hips as I exhale, and these deep, juicy hip openers. I wish we had lots more time to stay here. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale and bring our hands back to the mat. We're going to tuck our back toes. We're going to lift our hips, press into our hands, and take that left leg back behind us and shake it out. Make X's and O's. I like to take a wide leg down dog and bend my knees. Whatever feels good to you. And then we're going to go to the opposite side and inhale the right leg up, and then bend the knee, open. Open the hips, stack those hips. Roll the ankle, look past that right armpit. Inhale. Exhale. Draw that right ankle towards the left wrist. Find your sitting pigeon on this side. It may feel like a whole different universe, and that's okay. We honor each side, we honor each day, and how our body's expressing. So notice how the pelvic floor, it's like settling into the earth as we sit in this upright position. Take our left hand either to the front of the mat in front of the knee or to that left thigh. Take the right hand to the left thigh or calf. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twist. And release. Make any adjustments in that right foot. Inhale, open the chest, and then exhale, fold forward. Just pour that heart back into Mama Earth. Let it flow, let it go. All sorts of forward folds, they help to just release anxiety, they invoke creativity. We just utilize these postures to let go, release. Walk your hands. Take 3 more of your deepest, juiciest breaths yet. And we begin to walk our hands back towards the body. Tucking the left toes, taking that right leg back behind us. Make X's and O's with that foot. Down into your mountain pose. And then, let's come to meet halfway up the mat and find your way into squat. So bringing your hands into prayer position. It should feel good here. If you're up on your tippy toes, that's totally fine. If you need a pillow behind you, that's okay too. We're going to come into a bit of a twist. I like to take my left hand to about 10 o'clock, out to the outside of the left foot. Bring the right hand up towards the sky. You can stay here, or if you have the bind and you want to bend that elbow in front of that left knee, you can do that. Inhale, come back through center. Go to the other side. Bringing the right hand to about 2 o'clock, left hand up towards the ceiling. You can stay there, or you can find your bind. But again, make sure that right elbow is in front of the right knee. And release. Bring the hands in front of us. And go ahead and practice our crow pose. And so, hands into, in front of the shoulders, onto the mat. Bring the knees on the triceps, and just leaning forward may be your pose today. That's totally fine. That's what I want you to get. And it's okay. You're going to get your butt up in the air. You're going to find balance on those palms. And then you're going to begin to play with maybe lifting one toe and then the other. A is for attempt. I want you to try. If you've mastered this and want to go straight into your headstand, please do. Otherwise, the rest of us are going to stay with trying crow pose. It's a set of teeth, your fish gills. Point the toes down with your heels together. And release. Letting your arms come to the sides, letting your head and neck fall from side to side and back to center. We'll come into the bridge pose, so we'll bend our knees, bring the soles of our feet close to our sits bones. On an inhale, lift those hips away from the mat. You can interlace your hands underneath of them, drawing those shoulders and triceps underneath the back. You can stay here if you'd love, just pressing into those feet. You can play with lifting one leg and then the other. If you have chakrasana, full wheel pose in your practice, you can do so, bringing your hands back behind you, with your fingertips towards the body. Press into your hands, lift. Lift the body away. Find what works for you. And then when you're ready, we'll come back down as gently, one vertebrae at a time. Go slowly. Extending both legs, shake it out. Let's go ahead and bend the left knee into the chest. Squeeze that knee in towards the heart. We'll take the right hand on the outside of that right knee and draw that's the left leg. Draw the left leg over the right side of the body. Extend the left arm out to the side. If it feels good, and only if it feels good, look down the left arm. Release the posture. We'll inhale, bring that left leg, squeeze it in towards the chest, and then extend it along the mat. Squeeze the right leg in towards the chest. Take the left hand on the outside of that right leg, draw it over the left side of the body. Extend that right arm out towards, away from the body, and if it feels good, look down that right arm. the leg. Bring both knees into the chest, squeeze. Then we're going to roll up onto our sits bones, and before we go into our shavasana, we're going to come up into navasana, bullock pose. It's kind of an awkward way to get there, but it's okay. Whether you can have your legs straight or bent like me, take the arms out beside you, and then engage that belly, and then returning to our Kapalabhati from the beginning. Go ahead and staring through between the toes. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Go ahead and spin 180 degrees, finding your most juicy corpse pose, shavasana. Let everything rest. I'll guide you through gentle meditation as you lay here. Make any adjustments in the body. Let your head and neck rest. Move from side to side and back to center. Go ahead and lift your left leg just 2 inches off the mat. Point, flex, and let it flop. Lift your right leg 2 inches up off the mat. Point, flex, and let it flop. On your next inhalation, squeeze your buttocks down, squeeze your belly, squeeze, 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 and release. Next, the rib cage. Inhale from the toes all the way up the ribs, all the way up the rib cage. Fill, 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 and release. Dropping the chin into the chest. Keeping the back of the head on the mat. Squeeze, 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 and release. Lift the right arm up off the mat 2 inches. Squeeze the fist. Squeeze, 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 and let it flop. Lift the left hand up off the mat. Squeeze the fist. Make it into a fist 2 inches up off the mat, and release. Inhale all the way up into the jawbone. All the way up, feel that, squeeze the teeth, feel the breath into the ears, and release. Inhale up to the brow, squeeze the head, squeeze every hair on your head, squeeze your eyes, squeeze your nose, squeeze your ears, and release. Inhale. Exhale, stick out your tongue. Exhale with a... Let your head and neck fall from side to side. And back to center. And then as you lie here with nothing to do but allow your body to receive the goodness, the Atma. We return to Atma, the space in our heart that houses our soul connection. Let this goodness replenish every cell in our being. begin to draw your awareness back into the physical, letting this next breath energize your body, feeling yourself reawaken. Begin to wiggle your toes. Take your thumb and touch each fingertip. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, please inhale your arms up overhead, stretch long into a new moment, into this new life. Eventually finding, using your right arm as a pillow, bringing your left hand to your belly. Giving thanks for your practice and this offering, this devotion of self-love. Each time we take to honor our body and do these practices, we're building our self-love. Thank you. As you're ready, take that left hand and press it powerfully into the earth. Extend that left leg and help your body upright into a comfortable seated position, facing forward. What an honor it has been to share my birthday with you this morning. Thank you, Evan, for this practice, for this channel. We're so happy to share yoga with you on Live Yoga channel. These are modern practices, how we incorporate the yogi lifestyle into our day-to-day. And we're so happy to share with you more and more. Thanks for practicing with us. And take this gentleness out into the world today. So share it with a family member, a friend, a loved one, and even a stranger. It's noticeable when we're light and bright, and it helps lift the world up. So thank you, and it's been an honor to share with you. So the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.